you have gained so much strength, so much possible clarity, wisdom by stepping through this portal, across this transition in your life. Whatever it is that you are going through, you may have chosen it, it may have been brought upon you, but whatever it is, you are carrying something forward, possibly many things forward into this next phase, next stage of life. And we're going to look into that today. We're going to look specifically at any strengths that you have earned through this, any lessons that you have been integrating, any patterns that have been supporting you, resources you may be underestimating, and how to carry this wisely into this next phase, into across this transition or portal, or wherever you are at in this process. And then we're going to ask Spirit for any advice beyond that too. So welcome. This is going to be fun today. As always with any of my readings, you take what resonates. You are the author of your life. Okay? So I'm going to pull all of the cards first. I've been sitting with this energy of what you are carrying onto this next chapter. And actually, I want to share first, before I pull the cards, I want to share first what it is that has come to me. I did a pre-shuffle, and as I sat with Spirit, I had some interesting things come to me. One was this feeling of anxiety, which didn't feel good. Like, anxiety doesn't feel good normally. But I got the fires of good anxiety are within us. It causes you to take action in the right time. Anxiety can be a good thing. And I remember when I was a birth doula, I would sit with my clients, with the women, and we would talk about the anxiety that they were having and reframe it as, okay, it's supposed to be there because it helps us to take action. So maybe you have been having some sort of anxiety over what you have been encountering in this transition of time. But maybe we can have a reframe about that anxiety specifically, that it could be a good thing, that it's lighting a fire of action within you so that you can move forward across this threshold or portal. I got, your heart is the actual threshold. You have a hunger for the new. And most importantly, you are not an orphan. You have the wisdom of the crone with you for protection. And this was the card that I pulled. The crone. The crone is with you. Maybe your inner crone is with you, but the crone is so wise. The crone has seen transition over and over and over again. The crone has seen the cycle of birth, life, death, over and over and over again. And so the crone can step back and have a very different perspective than like the maiden, right? And so the energy of the crone is with you, either through spirit or within you. And we all have crone energy within us. So maybe you are being invited to find that energy within you. And maybe you are being invited to recognize that energy holding you, whichever resonates with you most. I also saw this idea or this vision of the air of new ideas when I was calling in the spirit of the East, the energy of the air, as I was praying over everything before turning on the camera. And I saw the butterfly and the honeybee, and I felt this breath of new ideas. How exciting to recognize that what we are leaving behind is done so that we can take on that new. So that we can have a breath of something new. And it's what was in the earth, the composting of this old thing that we have left behind, or that we feel has left us, whatever that is behind us or over there, that we are stepping beyond, stepping past, stepping away from. The very compost of that, and this could be old patterns, an old way of life, an old way of thinking. And when I say old, it could be something you're simply trying to let go of. But you know that this is what is the old. It could be a relationship, romantic or familial. But that is what we're letting go of. But when we let go of things, they become the very compost of the newness, of the new life. And I think that's an important thing to remember and to embrace. So many times when we let go of something old, myself included, there's almost this feeling of like cutting it off, pretending it didn't exist. I don't want that anymore. It's done. But recognizing that that is the compost, the composted version of those beliefs, of that relationship, is what feeds you to become anew. It doesn't make, maybe if that was a person, it doesn't make what they did okay. All right? If it was a way of talking to yourself that you're letting go, it doesn't make those words okay. But just to recognize that we can surrender in that. It is what it is. And we instead get to use that as the compost for what is growing, what are little seeds in our lives now that are going to shoot sprouts and bud leaves, and take that breath of newness, that breath of fresh air, of creative new ideas that we're stepping forth with. And it's the crone, this crone energy that recognizes that, because the crone has seen these patterns over and over and over again. Okay, so let's get the cards out, and I'm going to put them all face down for our questions. Except for when I have ones that fall out at the very beginning, I kind of take it as a theme. Oh, and I love that I got this beautiful butterfly. And it reminds me of a butterfly that I saw in Colombia. The butterfly and the snowdrop and hope. I mean, we know, I assume you know that the butterfly is like such a symbol of transformation, of that newness. And I saw the butterfly when I was calling in the spirits of the East. And I love the snowdrop because it's like, it is that time of transition. When I think snowdrop, it's like these flowers that are budding, but the snow is still there. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So like I was saying before, I would just be very mindful. I don't know why the word mindful came out. But just acknowledge that when we use tarot and oracle cards, it is just for self-reflection. if you notice, I don't really focus on telling the future. We are in the present. And we might have something revealed to us by Spirit about something that is going to happen. But we have control of our lives, and we are the author of our future. And so Spirit reveals to us the things that we need to work on, the truths in our hearts that maybe we are not willing to acknowledge and that we need to see. And then we take that information with us to create our future. So you are always in control. Okay. I'm doing 4 cards for each question today. Ooh. And I got the search. Perhaps you are feeling a little lost right now as you're sitting here. And that's okay. It's okay to not be okay. I think I said that in a reading before, but I have been sitting with that so much. Anytime I am having feelings that I don't want to be having, I remind myself it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to feel confused. That is part of life. Okay, so we're going to look at what strength you have earned within this portal, stepping through this portal, wherever you are during this transition. Ooh, I'm seeing balance, healing, reflection. That's really sticking out to me. The ability to reflect on your repressed emotions, mental clarity, equality. I'm seeing the equator to make equal. I really love this. How beautiful is that? This balance, this clarity that you are encountering. I'm so proud of you. You are really seeing the honest truth. And it might not be easy, but this is an incredible strength. Most people do not have this strength, this ability to see with clarity. I'm just feeling like I need to show you this card again. How beautiful. This clarity around yourself. Look at this. I'm seeing this as the clarity. It's like your shadow is showing you this clarity. This ball of clarity looks so strong and is strengthening you. And your shadow, is strengthening you. This ability to encounter truth and balance, maybe for the first time. I don't know. Okay. What lesson have you integrated? Or lessons? Silence. Around destiny, fertility. Prosperity. Spirit, can I have a little bit more clarity around? I think you had to be silent about somebody else's deceit. And you have been integrating a lesson around that. And that's hard. It's hard to have to maybe sit there and be silent if somebody deceived you or maybe betrayed you and hurt you. But I'm seeing that the silence is snow, and underneath the ground of it is that compost we were talking about. And from that comes spring, or the spring of this experience is the tree of life growing from that. I'm sorry that you had to go through having to keep a deceit silent. But from that, not only do you have the tree of life, but the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is being handed to you. And I felt that stuckness in my throat of the silence. It was hard. That was hard for you, wasn't it? So painful. But as you've been able to see things clearly and love on yourself and show yourself that clarity and recognize that maybe speaking about it, at least right now, or speaking up was not what needed to happen. And maybe we might find out some more about that. But through that integration of that, maybe you didn't have the chance to say what you needed to say to someone or about something. But there is this promise of this tree of life, this fertile future. And you're to step forward and carry this knowledge within your heart. Carry the knowledge of the Ace of Pentacles within your heart. This is your destiny. These are your blessings. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so the pattern that is currently supporting you. Persistence, the breath of new life. Oh, I love that. Look at this breath. And I love that this persistence is on the hawk's wings. Thistle is a beautiful plant that helps our liver to get rid of toxins. And so what a beautiful thing to come up, that it is, we can rely on the spirit of thistle, we can rely on spirit to kind of integrate whatever was left over from the past, from whatever you're stepping away from. And then you can fly. You can take this new breath of life. This is your pattern that's supporting you. I love that the movement within this card. It's the movement of breath. The movement of breath. That is a pattern. So maybe turn to your breath that can support you. Your breath. Come back to the breath, I'm hearing. Come back to your breath. If you are feeling the need for that spirit of thistle to get whatever is icky feeling out of you, to come back to the spirit of breath, to the spirit of the hawk, to move that energy through you. These other patterns that are supporting you. Harmony, once again, it's like balance, and you are protected. Stability. We have the Emperor. Discipline. and saying discipline. The pattern of discipline. You are protected. You are protected by spirit. But the patterns that you need to turn to through this, as you are stepping through this portal, is to go back to the breath, this breath of new life, this breath of, what did I get before? The air of new ideas. To focus on the breath and the discipline of it. And that is going to give you the most protection. Thank you. So how to carry all of this information or what you have gone through wisely? Well, through strength, discipline over time, letting go, and new beginnings. How to carry this wisely? Stepping into this new beginning, we have the Fool. The Fool is very much like the crone. The Fool has been on a path already. The Fool has been through it before. Look at those tattered sleeves. The Fool is not brand new. But the Fool allows you to trust in that newness of it, to not be bitter over this newness, but to be excited. We're starting something new. To let go, to have the discipline to let go, to turn to the breath of new life, the breath of letting go. And have that discipline and know that you are strong. It's elk, strength. You have strength. And the strength is in your discipline, and the strength is in your breath. Well, I haven't had to clarify really any of these yet. Interesting, we might go back. Okay. That's funny. I got a little lost in here and I'm not really sure where. Spirit, can you help me here? We have the strength earned, the lesson you integrated, the pattern that supports you, oh, we skipped over, and that's fine. The resource that you have that you might be underestimating. We're just getting the same stuff over and over again. Determination, clarity. Oh, a loving thought about yourself. You are underestimating your own thoughts, your own clarity around yourself. You are the mountain. Okay, I think I actually need a little bit from Spirit on this, though. A resource that you're... Okay, so can we get, Spirit, can I get a little bit more clarification around this determination? We hear over and over and over again about, in this reading, about clarity, discipline, determination, and the breath. Is there anything else with... I'm just seeing the support of the Creator. I feel like Spirit just wants you to understand that Spirit is with you. And above all, what you're carrying forward is that recognition of that clarity around that Spirit is with you. Why does this feel like it's enough? Do you have a feeling like it's not enough? That you don't have enough, I'm hearing, to get you through this? But you do have enough. You have Spirit. And you may not feel it. And that is where the discipline and the breath are going to come in. Sorry, that was a big pile. I'll see what else comes up within that. So is there anything else that we can give for more clarity? Because I'm feeling here a little bit of sense of that they are wanting more than this. That this feels insufficient because maybe they don't actually believe in themselves, or they feel like maybe they've tried discipline and tried the breath. But I wonder, have you stuck with it? Have you had the discipline to stick with the discipline? So Spirit, can we get out? Okay, this is really sticking out. Okay, well, I don't understand. I'm seeing the eye. Apocalypse. I'm not encountering a whole lot. Okay, well, let's try another deck. Thank you, Spirit. I don't know if we're going to get much more, and I feel like we need to trust in that you're... Okay, I got Amanita. You are the conduit. Like, you are receiving what you need. Like, look how much within that you are receiving. Whether you feel her or not, whether you feel this or not, stepping forward in trust. I'm going to read as our last bit of guidance from Spirit. I'm going to read to you about the Amanita mushroom here. These beautiful mushrooms, which many people consider poisonous, but also is a symbol of being a conduit from the divine. Oops. Okay. Connection to a higher power, a coming home. Oh, I like that. Your channel is open. Earth spirits celebrate you as you come to one of your homes. So I think you are crossing this threshold to be home to you, to yourself. You feel one with nature and all her offspring, your extended family. You can see clearly, you can clearly see through the veil, and your gift of profound insight is now at hand. Back to this clarity. You have a gift of clarity. And I feel like there's some resistance to it. Maybe there's something that you don't want to see, didn't want to see, don't want to have to deal with. But the clarity is part of that pattern that's supporting you, is part of what you are bringing to your next adventure, I want to say. You are here to be a bridge for the children of the earth, a conduit of safety and healing energy for the newer generations. Embody the medicine of children. Laugh, sing, and play, spreading joy in the world, regardless of your age. If you feel disconnected, breathe. Back to the breath. Focus on releasing old breath by emptying your lungs with long exhales. Explore by connecting to nature's cycles, the cycle of the crone, and co-create with your chosen family to regain a sense of belonging. Wow. I feel like it just clicked so much there. If you feel disconnected, breathe. Maybe I'm still feeling a little bit of resistance, so maybe it feels a little too simple, but this is the advice from Spirit, to go back to the discipline of the breath. Maybe learn some breath work, but to learn to breathe through this and sing and play and have joy. And remember what you are bringing into this next adventure. So now that you have a little bit more understanding of what you are carrying there, maybe you are needing to reflect a little bit on more about the threshold, and if so, you can watch this video up here, I think, and I will see you over there.